Hello everyone and welcome back to Test Drive Unlimited Solar Crown. In today's video, we're gonna be taking a look at probably the best thing you can do in this game. And also the most TDU thing you can do in this game, and that is missions. But unlike in my in-depth review of this game, we're actually gonna be talking about legendary missions, because legendary missions were actually not in the game when I made that in-depth review. And for anyone wondering, I'm gonna do probably another review of this game, because now I have around 50 hours of playing time, so I know what I'm talking about even more than I did before, because in the previous review I only had about, I don't know, 10 hours of playtime. Now I have 50, and I've played much more this game. I've done a lot of missions, I've done a lot of races, a lot of things, obviously because of those 50 hours, right? And so, yeah, legendary missions, and missions in general, but today's video is about legendary missions. These things, even after, I don't know, a month, maybe, of having them in the game, because the patch, the mid-season patch, which was released in Season 3, I think it was over a month ago, right? They are absolutely amazing, and I have not gotten a single second bored of this, of these missions, I should say. They are absolutely fantastic, and I don't know, I think they're by far the best addition in this game. And yeah, there's a lot of reasons for that. Number one, the variety of vehicles. This is absolutely huge. The variety of vehicles these missions give you, even the common and uncommon ones, and the rare ones, even the ones you get more frequently. Yeah, they're amazing, but especially the legendary missions, because obviously they are legendary. They have some of the coolest cars in this game, and this is a perfect example. The Ferrari 250 GTO, one of the most amazing and most unique and, yeah, insane cars of all time, right? An icon, a classic. And realistically speaking, if you don't grind this game like an insane lunatic, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing to grind this game like crazy, I'm just saying if you're not that type of guy and you're just a casual player, getting the 250 GTO is really tough, like very hard. It costs, I don't even know how much it costs. I don't have it, and I have 50 hours in this game, so you can guess how much it actually costs and how hard it is to get. Obviously, I did not want to buy it. I could buy it if I wanted to, but I don't know, I have cars which I like more, which I personally prefer to drive and buy. But yeah, that's not the point. The point is, even if you're very experienced and you play this game a lot actually, you still won't have all the cars in the game, because it costs a lot to have all these cars in the game. I mean, there are multiple cars which are over 20 million credits, and let me tell you, getting 20 million credits in this game is really not that easy. Or actually, it's not entirely correct. It is not that hard, but it is hard if you want to have variety and not get bored, because you can actually farm 20 million credits pretty easily, as long as you farm the same thing over and over again. And the two best methods of farming credits in this game are either the mission, which I featured on my channel about a month ago, the Hong Kong mission, the find your way to Sao Ming, or I forgot exactly what it's called, but that's one of the ways. And the other one is farming Frim, which, if you perfect the method, you can probably do 1 million in like half an hour or something like that. It takes a few minutes to do to max out your Frim, and that would be 100,000 credits. and you could get 10 of these, so it would be like a million in half an hour, but obviously you can do it only 10 times a day, so that's your million a day, and you could get in 20 days playing only half an hour if you obviously perfect the method, and you can do it in half an hour, because if you don't, it can take way longer. It could take an hour or even 2 hours, depending on how good of a driver you are and if you have a good car and so on. And so for a lot of players and people generally playing these games, it's very boring. I mean, if you're not a diehard fan of this series, it's gonna get really boring farming credits. And so you're left with farming credits in quite a long time. So these missions are serving its purpose perfectly. Driving cars which you can barely afford. Another example, which you will see later, and spoilers, is the Bugatti Chiron, which, yeah, you're gonna see. It's a very cool car, obviously, everyone has heard of it. And continuing with the reasons, and by the way, they're not in any particular order, so it's not from the most important to the least important, it's just how I don't know, think of them right now. Number 2 is the variety of missions, I think. The variety of stories, first of all, that's a really important one. Each mission has its unique story, and I think that's great. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. We even have, obviously, the cutscenes, but even more important, the drive. And oh wow, that was a close one, by the way. That was very close. I thought my mission would be kind of screwed there, actually. But yeah, each way of getting to the finish line, I think that's really great. And also the weather conditions, whether it's sunny or nighttime, whether it's rainy or not, you know, whether the road is wet. And this mission, for example, this is one of the hardest missions in the game, by the way. I mean, you probably saw the gameplay, but imagine this: it's wet, you're driving a very old car at night with traffic, and it's also very long. Like, I don't know, I think it's over 15 kilometers. I think it's one of the longest missions in the game, and this is really difficult. Like, look at this, I'm even waiting for that Fiat 500 to pass, because I do not want any crashes. And look, I'm driving pretty safely through here, and yeah, even going slow through here, you know. These are some very interesting and also pretty hard missions. I mean, most of them are really, really hard, and it's obvious they're hard. They're legendary missions. What would you expect? So this again helps you with the variety, because obviously it gives you a choice. Do you either want to drive slowly, be careful, and not damage the car, or do you want to be crazy and drive like a maniac and actually risk it for the biscuit and finish the mission very quickly? That's obviously your choice, which I think is great. And now we come to number 3, which is the end of the mission. And yeah, you're gonna look at what the end of the mission actually means. 200,000 credits. And you get 220, right? Driving assist bonus, 10,000. And first completion bonus, that is 280,000 credits. Should I mention that you also get 7,000 experience? Yeah. These missions are absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. And they would be by far the fastest way of making money if you had them constantly. But obviously, they're very rare because they're legendary. You can barely find them. But you can. I mean, they appear if you play like maybe for an hour and a half. The time might also play a key role in this. Maybe there's something with the time as well. Maybe you have to be playing, I don't know, at night or in the morning. I have no idea if that plays a role in this or not. And oh boy. Wow. That W16 is something else. And this car is very quick. I mean, this is the first time I actually drove this car. This is because I obviously do not own it. I mean, I couldn't own it. I have the money to buy it, but Season 4, the casino update is coming, and I do not want to spend my credits on anything currently. So, yeah, I'm saving up. But yeah, obviously, because these missions are not constantly in this game and are actually very rare, they are not the fastest way of earning money. If they were constantly, yeah, definitely would be the fastest. But even so, getting almost 300,000 credits in a mission that lasts, I don't know, 8 minutes, 9 minutes. I think it was around 8 minutes, the 250 GTO mission. And that's a slow car, and that's a very long mission, and it's also wet. So, imagine what you can do with a modern car on a dry road. And maybe even a shorter route, possibly. Around, I don't know, 12 kilometers instead of over 15 that the 250 GTO has. So yeah, even the Chiron, you will see, it's actually pretty similar in time to the 250 GTO. I think it's a bit shorter though, I'm not sure. You'll see in the video because I'm letting these play, I'm not cutting anything. But I would say these are by far the best way of actually making money. Even though they're not the fastest, they're the best because they're the, I don't know, funnest, the most fun, obviously, the most fun. They're the most fun you can have in this game. And finally, I think these are the 3 main reasons why these are so good. And obviously, if you're a beginner, also, they're absolutely fantastic. I mean, you make so much money at the beginning if you see one of these missions, and 200,000 at the beginning is really like a lot, and I mean a lot, you know. I mean, for someone like me, it doesn't take a lot to farm 200,000. You could easily do that in, I don't know, find your way wherever, you know, and that's really easy. I can do that in like 20 minutes. So yeah, obviously very beginner friendly as well. And this actually brings me to probably the worst aspect of these missions, and the only bad aspect of these missions, apart from maybe the damage you take to the percentage when you hit one of these little bollards, or I don't know what exactly they are, those plastic or I don't know, rubber or whatever orange things on the middle of the roads, some roads. And those actually, if you hit them, be very careful because they can cost you a lot, like 20-25%, and that would be 50,000 for this mission. And I think that's not great. They should patch that. They should make it like 5% because honestly, they're just some plastic shit, to be honest with you. And yeah, the worst thing about these missions, apart from that damage bug, or if it's not a bug and it ended, they should definitely fix it. I mean, they should fix it, whatever, but whatever the case is, but I mean, obviously. But yeah, the worst thing I think right now, again, there isn't much purpose of farming these missions. I mean, yeah, even if you're doing them for fun and so on, and you enjoy doing them, again, you don't have a lot of purpose, and that's the problem with this game right now. And the reason you don't have a lot of purpose is because houses do not exist, unfortunately, because that was the main part of TDU 2 and TDU 1 housing. And unfortunately, this diminishes this game a lot. One of the 3 main aspects of this game was the housing. And yeah, unfortunately this does not exist, which is very unfortunate. And yeah, as I said, you do not have a lot of purpose by doing them, and as I said in my in-depth review, and I unfortunately have to stick with this, if you want to have a purpose in your game and have a goal and want to achieve things and actually play those games for a reason, unfortunately, yeah, you shouldn't buy this game. If you just want to play for fun and just grind credits, buy cars, and don't really care about that, then by all means, you can buy this game if you want. And yeah, that juicy 280,000 reward as well as the 7,000 reputation. Thank you so much for watching, and yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video as usual, and I'll see you guys obviously in another one. Bye bye.